So, you might be wondering why this is a video topic. Well, today I'm going to tell you about something rather exciting, for me personally, because it's the production of beer. In particular, a certain brand of beer that is made using icebergs. And also, the primary reason is that this is the type of video where I can have a drink myself. Hello! Welcome to Brainspill, the laziest show on the internet. My name is Tank, and today is a very exciting video, for me in particular. And for those of you wondering, this unfortunately is not the iceberg beer we're talking about today because you can't get this in the UK, and I didn't really find anywhere I could order it online, so I just had to get a regular beer just to pretend I'm getting the real deal. This isn't a sponsored video by any means, I just thought that this was really cool when I saw it, and I thought it might make quite a good video topic. Something a little bit different every now and again. What we are talking about today is Quidi Vidi's Iceberg beer, based in Newfoundland, Canada. The reason being is it's unique in its design and brewing process. We start our journey up in the icy cold reaches of Greenland. You know, that big area of land that certainly isn't green, very close to that other place called Iceland, which is certainly more green than Greenland ever was. Anyway, once a huge Goliath chunk of ice falls from the landmass of Greenland, that will slowly but surely float its way along near the coastal regions of Canada. Newfoundland have thought of a novel way of harvesting the ice, and by taking advantage of an abundant resource. Instead of allowing the elements to melt away the ice, it is carved up for the purity of its water content. However, not anyone can just come up and get some ice from this iceberg, however. There are very particular rules about it. As a matter of fact, if you are not a licensed holder, you are not legally allowed to harvest the ice of an iceberg. And I'm just checking it, you need a seaborne glacial ice harvesting license. Yes, that is a real thing. And to further complicate things, it's not quite as simple as going up to an iceberg with a pickaxe and hitting it and hoping for the best. Contractors have to travel out into the sea on a large barge, to then break up the ice and collect it on the barge for safe return. Due to the size of some of the icebergs, it has been known to be safer to simply shoot them with a .22 caliber rifle to break it apart than to actually get near the thing. Which is one way of getting the job done, I guess. I imagine if you're trying to harvest the ice off one of these things and for whatever reason, if the whole iceberg decides to suddenly tip and you're either on it or under it, then you're going to know about it. At least for the next 3 seconds before you're crushed to death under a giant iceberg. The Quidi Vidi Brewing Company turned the chunks of ancient compacted snow into lager, appropriately named Iceberg beer. Which sounds amazing, and I would love to try it properly one day and not just get any old beer just to show you, because I was going to try and drink some on camera and then tell you what I thought. Oh yeah, I should probably say this, drink responsibly, kids. From researching into this topic, I believe that there are a number of different breweries or businesses that do something similar, where they'll use iceberg water to try and sort of make products, but this one in particular was one of the more established ones, and certainly one of the most popular ones where you went to look online for something like this. As a matter of fact, iceberg beer is so popular for Quidi Vidi's brewery that it makes up about 40% of their total sales on anything they produce. What might also help is the fact that the bottles that this drink is put in is a bright cobalt blue, which is certainly unique and not something that many beer bottles have. Yes, I am a sucker for anything shiny. Sue me. Yes, this water is used for things like cocktails, vodka, other soft drinks, but more importantly, and I think most famously, it is used for the brewing of iceberg beer. Due to the low mineral content of the water, many people say that the water is crisp and pure. Many critics, however, just say that it's bland and uninspired. Which really got me thinking what this was actually like to try, and if I looked at it and the reviews were generally quite bad, we probably wouldn't be making this video. But apparently, on the whole, it's quite nice. Who would have thought that drinking an iceberg would do you such good? Justin Fong, the sales and marketing director for the brewery, said the following about their Iceberg Pilsner beers. Many of the most famous styles of beer originated from different types of water sources, whether you had soft water or certain other minerals or other things present in the water itself. What's nice about icebergs is it's like working with a blank canvas. You have water that was basically frozen 10,000 to 20,000 years ago. This is the purest water on Earth. Alright, Mr. Fong, I know you work for the company, but your words do intrigue me. And I think that's what draws a lot of people in, that the prospect of this water being frozen for about 20,000 years is now being put in a bottle for you to drink, and somehow people are okay with that. Just to put this into perspective for you, what 20,000 years is relatable to is that the pyramids were built about 4,500 years ago. 10,000 years ago was some of the first forms and developments of early agriculture, so just double that and you have yourself iceberg beer. So originally at this point in the script, this was where I was going to get a bottle, crack it open and tell you what I thought. But seems as though I can't get it, I'm just going to have to drink this normal beer and then take a sip and tell you what I think to it. Yeah, it's not bad. Despite all of this, however, and how much of a novelty this certainly seems, we do have to ask the important questions and make sure that we think that all of this is worth it. Is this going to do more harm than good to the environment just so we can get some beer that tastes of 20,000-year-old iceberg? I mean, it's been reported that companies in countries nowhere near the icebergs are planning on towing icebergs over 7,000 miles. I'm looking at you, United Arab Emirates. And currently the harvesting of icebergs only happens on chunks of ice which have already broken away from their original frozen landmass. As the trade becomes more popular and the market for such a product becomes more competitive, it would make me wonder if the current rules for licensing and limitations on iceberg harvesting will be relaxed, and if there is an effective race to the bottom on how quickly we can pretty much harvest all the ice we have in the world. And seem as though that we have things like global warming and everything, I can't imagine that ice is going to be around forever. Like there's only so much of it to go around. And as cool as this all is, it's only when I was writing the script for this video that I actually came to a bit of a realization, and I should have probably thought of it before, but even though we're talking about ice that's been trapped in an iceberg for 20,000 years, technically all water is timeless. I mean, the water that I'm getting from the tap is just as old as the iceberg water. Hear me out. And this isn't just the ramblings of a madman. I mean, the water cycle itself effectively recycles water for us all the time. And I imagine it has done since, well, the beginning of time. Meaning that all water is over 20,000 years old. Does that make any sense? Someone please clarify that for me. I mean, I just want to make sure I've got the facts straight here. We ain't all about just drinking beer on this channel. So, is harvesting icebergs worth it? I'll let you be the judge of that. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, be sure to hit the bell button. And if you've got any ideas for what topics you'd like me to discuss next, let me know down in the comments below. As always, sources used in the video will be in the description. So, I'm going to finish drinking this, pretend it's from a 20,000-year-old iceberg, and then get on with the rest of my day. I hope you can find something else in your life as well that brings you so much joy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.